Don't be impatient. Don't be. Forget the booing, okay? Your job is to terrify.
In the red corner, standing at 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing in a lean 211 pounds, it is of course David the Haymaker Haye. David would be coming into this fight with a chest so big he would need a B-cup brassiere, and also the current WBA heavyweight champion, a title he had claimed from the Eastern European giant exactly 1 year prior. But standing in his way was an Olympic gold medalist man mountain known for his big frame and hard-hitting left hand, Audley A-Force Harrison. The big man would be coming into this fight as the newly crowned European champion and looking to take his career to the next level. The fight itself was more famous for the build-up, with some of the crazy trash talking being flung between the British fighters, not something the British boxing community was used to seeing on their shores, with boxers hailing from the United Kingdom notorious for having a cool and calm demeanour.
I was saying a couple of days ago how one-sided this fight's going to be. You know, I said some things that upset a few people. You know, I said this fight's going to be as one-sided as that upset a lot of people, but it's going to be so one-sided. It couldn't be any more one-sided than it.
David Haye at the time was one of the brightest stars in British boxing. Known for his charisma, athleticism and power, Haye had made a name for himself in the cruiserweight division before moving up to heavyweight. In November 2009, he captured the WBA heavyweight title by defeating the 7-foot-tall giant Nikolai Valuev, further solidifying his reputation as a dangerous and tactical fighter. Haye had quickly established himself as a mouthpiece in the media, often using his sharp wit to engage in psychological warfare with opponents. His confidence, sometimes bordering on arrogance, endeared him to some fans while alienating others.
I bet I can run fast and jump higher, punch harder, I'll better reflexes, time.
Hey, that's actually
you can't
incorrect.
You can't
I'm
do
unbeaten.
anything. You
I'm
cannot
actually,
do anything. You
that's
can't never
yeah,
beat
okay.
anything.
If you
The community was split over the love and dislike of David Haye. The heavyweight division had gone through a stale drought over the 2000s period and long gone of the days of the 90s, with the legends of boxing now knocking on the door of 50 years of age. Haye saw himself as the new face of boxing. He saw himself a fresh modern champion who brought excitement and energy to the division, and with a potential fight against the Klitschko brothers looming on the horizon, Haye had a lot at stake when he agreed to defend his title against Audley Harrison.
and David, you are going to be in the fight of your life. Trust me, and that's the bottom line. And if you don't get your mind on the job, you're going to make my job easier.
On the other side was Audley Harrison, a boxer whose career had been a roller coaster of triumphs and disappointments. Harrison had achieved early fame by winning gold in the super heavyweight division at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, which led to immense public and media expectations. His transition to the professional ranks, however, was fraught with difficulties. Despite flashes of promise, Harrison struggled to fulfill the lofty expectations that had been placed upon him. His career became synonymous with unfulfilled potential, punctuated by losses to lesser-known opponents. By the time the fight with Haye was announced, Harrison's career was seen by many as a tale of missed opportunities. However, in 2010, Harrison had won the prize-fighter tournament and later knocked out Michael Sprott to win the European heavyweight title, signalling a potential career resurgence. This new momentum gave him a chance to once again challenge for a world title, and Harrison seized it, branding the fight with Haye as his opportunity for redemption.
Down. They go down.
Well, I ain't going down. So what are you going to do then? But I ain't going down. I'm going to keep throwing punches at you, and you're going to have to take some punches in this fight, my friend.
Haye often mocked Harrison, labelling him as a fraud and claiming he wasn't deserving of the fight. Harrison, on the other hand, maintained that he had the experience and skill to dethrone Haye despite his inconsistent career. The pre-fight press conferences were rife with trash talk and bravado. Haye ridiculed Harrison's achievements and cast himself as the saviour of British boxing, claiming that he would end Harrison's career. Harrison countered by framing himself as the underdog who would overcome adversity and would shock the world by winning the fight.
I'm going to embarrass you.
Of your life.
I'm going to embarrass you.
Okay, you're going to
fight
be
my life.
of your
Fight my life. You're going to embarrass.
You better get your mind.
I'm going to embarrass.
Fight night and the sellout crowd would see the MEN Arena, Manchester, buzzing for what they expected to be an all-out slugfest, with two British powerhouses coming in to defend their titles as well as defend their names. After all the hype talk that had gone on, the thousands of cheering fans and the millions watching at home thought they would be in for the fight of a generation.
3 rounds. He's built for speed. Harrison says this is it. Produce the performance he thinks he's capable of to do this.
He's claiming the centre of the ring. He wasn't hiding in the corner. Had his hands up before the bell says.
Look at him towering over Haye.
Well, his body language was good during the introductions. He fancies his job at this moment. Will that change? If a big punch is dead, how did he march straight up? He's trying to go forward. So positive signs, encouraging.
Over 18 stone in there.
Coordinated on his chin. But positive look about Harrison, which is the
first punch of the contest. Big booming right hand. He's only fought one Audley Harrison. Haye, who decked John Ruiz in his last defence with almost his fight. But he was knocked out by the southpaw Jim Twite in the amateurs before in the pros, and finished him off in 40 seconds in a European title.
His upper body movement is good. You know, showing little feints. He's trying to draw that
Haye. Cagey stuff, Jim.
Yeah, big. So two good pros who know what they're doing. Big pot jab from Harrison. But Harrison knows what's expected, and he's not obliged to any mistakes. Just boxing their way into this, concentrating and not making it.
Things have changed so much now. Looking for an angle for the punch again. Today's Harrison was the sorcerer and Haye the apprentice.
That could be one of the problems for Haye. Harrison is quick on his feet.
It's been a bit of a standoff so far in this opening round, a reconnaissance mission, if you like.
He's trying to shuffle his way close. It's not working, so he tried to lunge with a shot there. He's very defensively minded, so Haye's going to have to lunge it now and again to get close. He flicks to the body from Haye. I mean, you have to expect this. There's hardly been a decent punch landed in the opening round yet. Maybe for just warming his way into things here. But he's looking forward. When you're in with a man who can take your head off with one shot, then you can't blame Harrison.
In this opening round, one or two boos from restless.
Got him already.
Almost exaggerated bit of a dig, and are respectful of that. Hands. They both know that each other have got a bit. And there are a few seconds left of it. No punches landed in this round so far.
Positive, but just can't close the range. Harris is making sure of that, so not too much.
The bell would ring out on the first round, and not a moment too soon, I'm going to say it. That was the worst round I've ever witnessed in all my time as a boxing fan. I think our friends at Sky TV were generous when they called it a cagey standoff reconnaissance mission.
Don't forget the booing, okay?
And I have to say it was a 0-0 draw.
That's exactly the one in this kind of fight. He is the one who's expected to produce, so if we get another... He is the champion, he is the one who brings excitement. So
I worried about maybe that left hand that Harrison.
That's when he could run onto something.
Look at Haye's right glove up very high in the angles of his own. He's unusually cautious. David Haye almost and Michael Sprock with aware of that. But can he engineer it like he was with Nikolai Valuev on the night he won the title when he made... There's something has to give soon.
Yep, he cannot.
Russian just lunged at him and miss all night. It was an unsatisfactory affair.
Do this for any great length of time, but because the fans won't put up with what was one of the poorest fights I've seen. This is more like it. But you see again, he is that. I mean, there was euphoria after the Valuev victory, having to lunge forward. He cannot box his way close. He's having to lunge with a punch.
Whether Harrison, even though he's a southpaw, might be,
and there won't be the same power in them.
He just wanted to land the right hand, because look at the left glove of Haye, which is low, and he about the backhand, the left of Harrison has been caught by that before as well. Whether he could surprise him with that, all the talk of...
I think the Harrison plan is to get into the second half of the fight, whatever method you have to.
He has. Luis Pavon from Puerto Rico says, how about some action, guy?
He used to do that. And I think the referee's going to have to call for a bit of action. He's done that. The 3-stone weight difference is a disadvantage in the first half of the fight.
And he's well within his rights to do that.
I think plan the Harrison can't have. Do whatever's necessary to still be but an advantage if the fight goes into the later stages, and I can assume that is the...
From Haye, who's done a little bit more in this second round. But that is it.
7th and 8th round.
Harris had to take a right hand there.
But again, leaping with the punches, so there's no power.
Comparative remark, and he gets there again with a right hand.
Balance, he's completely off balance in order to get some sort of punch home. Dots because he's not setting himself. Power comes from speed and good balance.
He's trying to make the fight anyway in round 2. Still very... But it's Haye, all I've seen from him really so far.
Ian, I think this is what we have to expect.
Very negative. Audley Harrison, I think one southpaw jab is just about...
Fancies against David Haye. I don't expect him to do that from Audley Harrison. I mean, he's been reluctant throughout his career. You cannot expect him to take
Haye's round, it has to be.
Someone, call the police. There has been a robbery. My $16.95 I paid for the pay-per-view has been unwillingly taken from my pocket. Never have I ever witnessed a referee to have to tell 2 boxers to engage in combat. I do hope the 3rd round brings more.
He's an on-top fighter. He has to get on top. For the fans is that he is expected to do better, so we're reaching the stage before he lets the big punches go. But the good news is going to have to produce something, or the fans will be on his back.
Thought we'd see from Haye when he came in at only just over 15 stone. That, by the way, is not really seen an awful lot of the speed we were talking about.
It's because even for his size, Harrison is quick on his feet. He's been backing off.
Nearly 12 pounds less than he weighed last time against John Ruiz.
But that good right hand there, Harrison grabbing hold.
And another right hand and another body shot.
As soon as Haye nudges himself into punching range, Harrison takes that.
And at some point in this fight, he is going to have to lay it on the line. On this is Big O's to work. Still nothing from Harrison. And at some point in this fight, he is... That's hurt him! He was stunned by that. The gloves were dropped. Haye knows it. Biggest professional night if he wants to become a world champion. Another big right to him here. Oh, big shots raining through.
Ian, that was a tremendous punch.
Getting to him here. He's getting to...
Full credit for taking that. He needs to grab hold. He needs to grab hold of David Haye.
But he goes in round 3. He gets up and Haye shows the... But Haye hits very hard. Going to finish it here. I think he does finish it. And 3. There's your answer. David Haye shows his...
In a fight that would talk the talk but certainly not walk the walk, there was even a campaign to get Harrison stripped of his pay for the fight. We leave you with one question. Are you an old school boxing fan? If so, give that subscribe button a stiff jab. I've been Frank Monroe here at Below the Belt Boxing. Take care.